DD India's Ollie Barrett now joins us live from London with more on these developments. Ollie, how bad are the results turning out to be for the ruling Conservatives?
Pretty bad, Mark. It's very difficult to put a positive spin on these results for the Conservatives. They are nonetheless trying to do so, and they will point you towards a win in the mayoralty race in Tees Valley from their candidate Ben Houchen, the incumbent. That is an important area of the country for the Conservatives. It's part of that so-called red wall of working class seats in the north of England that the Conservatives won so much of in 2019, and to retain their majority would have to also do well in the next general election. But even that isolated example is difficult for the Conservatives, because the Labour Party will tell you that actually the swing in that particular race away from Ben Houchen, even though he won, would illustrate a scenario in which the Labour Party might end up winning all of the parliamentary seats in that area if and when a general election happens later this year. So there are lots of reasons for the results that we are looking at to be very depressing indeed for Conservatives, and particularly Conservative MPs looking ahead to the next general election at some point later this year. The Labour Party will tell you that this is a significant set of results, that the swing away from the Conservatives is about as good as they could have hoped for. One other area of concern for the Conservatives is that the small Reform Party has made significant gains in some of these local election results. Now, if that were to translate into a general election as well, then that could create further real headaches for the Conservative Party, that right of centre Reform Party putting up a significant fight in this round of results. So as I say, it's very hard to find grounds for optimism for the Conservatives in the results that we've seen so far.
Ollie, you said that there are several reasons for the loss. Give us a few of them.
Well, it depends where you look, and it depends who you talk to. Now, bear in mind that these are local elections, so actually in a lot of these council races and mayoral races and police commissioner races, it will actually come down to local people voting on local issues, whether their bins are being cleared away in time, whether the potholes in the roads are being fixed in a timely manner, whether they feel that the local police force is tackling local policing issues in the way that it should be. But it's also clearly the case that there is a national swing towards the Labour Party which is going on, which is being reflected in these local results. Some of that is to do with fatigue from voters who've seen the Conservative Party in power at Westminster in one form or another since 2010, and at this stage in the electoral cycle it is often the case that opposition parties are doing well, certainly doing better than the incumbent party. The Labour Party will tell you that it's because of government failures on a number of issues, from the economy to the environment to crime to defence. They will say that that's part of the reason that they are doing well, and they will also say that they are putting forward an optimistic vision for the country ahead of the next general election. The Conservatives will say it's just a difficult point in the electoral cycle, that they did very well in similar elections in 2021, and so this is a dropping away from what was a high point for the party. And Rishi Sunak today, the Prime Minister, insisting he is focusing on the job in hand, and he hopes that the economy will now turn before the election, the general election is held. He hopes that his policies on immigration will start to make inroads with the voters as well before that election takes place. But the political landscape at the moment here in the UK currently looking very, very difficult indeed for the Conservatives and the Prime Minister.
Thanks very much. Ollie Barrett from London.